He's the one drinking beer. I'm drinking water.
2 touchdowns a game?
Yes, in the game.
You're tripping.
How you high? No,
Greatest wide Super Bowl time.
I don't know what we're doing in that front office, man.
Twiddling our fucking dick.
Ryan, I just need you to drink this.
Wide receiver trivia. That's what she said.
Her.
The fuck?
Her upset.
Are those crutches?
You can see Ryan's crutches.
What is going on, folks? Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. I am your co-host, Jalen Brown. This is episode review, episode 252.
I am your other co-host, Malin Dennis.
I'm your other great co-host, Lester.
I am your other very good co-host, not great yet, Junebug Spade.
And rolling hot, hard, and heavy from the PNW. I am the one, the only G-Money.
Yes, sir.
Every
Gentlemen.
week I'm gonna write down the new. Every week I'm gonna write down the new words that he put in for his introduction. This time it was the one and only. Got it.
You're going to have a whole book of ad-libs by the end of the year.
Gonna do it.
Gentlemen, I would like to say we made it. We have made it to the beginning of another first NFL week, and that deserves a cheers.
Nestor, I'm disappointed.
Homework.
Oh,
Gary's got that Seahawks shot glass.
Oh yeah, gotta get the blood pumping.
yes, this is one of my favorite weeks of the year. I'd say, this and like Christmas. It's like it doesn't get any better than this. Finally. How are we feeling? How are you guys all doing? It's been a minute. We're going on a Tuesday, which is a little weird.
You know, I had a really good week of college football starting.
Yes.
I enjoyed that. Sorry, June, that your Longhorns lost.
That's okay. Alabama lost. That's all that matters. Alabama
Alabama
lost. The whole weekend was saved. The whole weekend. Thank you, FSU. Thank you, Florida State.
But yeah, man, you get you're coming into the end of Major League Baseball. The playoffs are right around the corner. Got college football starting now. The NFL. And come on, man,
Love it.
look at much better than this right now. Everybody's 0-0, so like even the Cowboys got shot right now.
Yeah. Hope runs eternal, right? I mean, this is where we're all looking and thinking, we are indeed Super Bowl contenders. And, it's not until
Some
like
of us.
3 weeks into the season where we find that some of us are actually Super Bowl pretenders.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, well, next season, that's our season. That's when we make our move.
There is a Browns fan somewhere in America tonight. It has spent the entire offseason convincing themselves that this is their year.
Yes.
Logic be damned. They have figured out point strategy. It looks like a damn murder scene board off of special victims units where you just have everything trailing from one thing trying to get the suspects. They're like they mapped it out. How's going to happen? And
Week by week.
so everybody can have a little bit of hope.
Yes. This is the one week
Brings
that you
eternal.
can do that.
I mean,
Hope
unless you're a
springs
Saints
eternal.
fan. I mean, let's be honest now.
That's true.
Saints fans are like going like, okay, so at least LSU's winning. At least LSU's winning. We can watch LSU. It's like, okay, all right, yeah.
That was a good game too. That was a great game too.
Shout out to
I went
our new friend.
21-4.
Sorry, I was going to say shout out to Millen in the chat. He says it's a wonderful week to be a football fan.
It is. It really is.
With that being said, first topic of the show this week, we are going to review the big board. It's one of my absolute favorite times of the year. This is when we all get to see the predictions we've been making over the summer all in one place. And we get to see what it looks like before a snap has been played. No changes can be made at this point. All predictions are final. But it is good to get one last glimpse before football's actually played here. So, do you guys have the graphic, or should I share this in the Discord?
I got it on the email I'm looking at, but if you want to share it,
I'm looking at that. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Might as well let the people see how dumb we are.
Yes, they will have it on screen here.
Pretty,
So, big board is up. This is where everybody stands as of the 2025-2026 season. Let me move it up a little bit on stream here so you can see the bottom. There you go. Yes, is there anything that's...
Well, there's only one mistake I found on your board. Is that you highlighted June and I's winning records for the Broncos as red. Meaning that they were going to have losing seasons. That's because I was looking at that and I was like, wait, I didn't pick them to have a losing season. I zoomed in out as well, and I was like, oh, I haven't been damn it.
Don't mind the color mismatch in places, or the just if stuff is just not aligned evenly. It's, a lot of this I did late at night, so
June, I see that 3-14 for the Vikings. Damn. Damn.
Optimistic.
Yeah, June.
3-14. JJ McCarthy's gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was looking over mine, I was a lot more conservative this year, and a lot of my picks I ended up being like 1 or 2 wins below like some of you guys. June was either just really high or really low on people. There wasn't a whole lot of middle ground on June.
Yeah, not a lot of
June was
500
like
football.
either you are hot ass or like you're going to the playoffs. Like that was June's take.
And his Cowboys are very telling on that one. Malin, I do want to ask you.
I'm okay.
You have the Packers only winning 6 games, sir.
Do.
Now that was obviously before the Micah Parsons trade.
It was before Micah Parsons.
He's got an injured back. L4 and L5 are both sprained, so don't forget about that. Thank you, Packers, dumbasses.
We're gonna shoot him full of. We're gonna shoot him full of drugs, just like it was the '70s, and he's gonna play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I just think that the division as a whole is going to be better. And if you looked at some of my picks, I have them all right around like, I mean, I got the Lions at 10 wins. Chicago and Minnesota. So like I think the division is going to beat themselves up a little bit. I don't think anyone's going to necessarily run away with it. But yeah.
Milton in the chat saying Vikings, y'all are tripping, in my opinion. Colts win 8 or 9 games with less than mid play and now have a better defense. What's one of y'all's argument for this? Oh yeah, I'm noticing that. We are Colts.
Daniel Jones at quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the problem with the Colts. They're going to have a quarterback carousel. And so I think that's going to be a slight problem for them. I think Daniel Jones is going to come out the gate, do pretty well, and then he's going to turn into Daniel Jones. And then they're going to go back to Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is going to be butthurt that he had to sit, and he's going to play like dog crap. Then they're going to go back to Daniel Jones and say, okay, Daniel, we're going to give you a chance again to see what you can do. And Daniel Jones is going to stink up the joint. So I think it's going to be too much of a quarterback carousel for them to win more than 8 or 9 games. It really is. That's my only problem. that's my problem with the Colts, and my problem with the Vikings. Where I went 3-14 is their schedule is murderous. Their schedule is murderous, and you asking JJ McCarthy, who hasn't taken a snap, to come back in and take this team over. And yes, he's got a couple of great receivers, but you're still asking this kid to come out there and lead the Vikings against a very tough division. And so that's my whole argument with the Vikings not being as high on the Vikings this year.
I mean, I could see the Colts winning 6 games. Like you picked Jalen. It just so happened that when I threw every single game into that app, I only came away with picking the Colts to win 3 times. It's just kind of how that ran down. The Vikings, I'm still not a believer, and not a believer in JJ McCarthy until he shows me. I mean, I don't think any of us had the Washington Commanders winning a bunch of games last year, right? We didn't know if Jay Daniels was gonna do much. Now the expectations are higher. Notice that he can. So, I mean, Sam Darnold, for all the years that he was bad in the NFL, was incredibly efficient outside of the last 2 games of the year. And up until the last game, he had 4,600 yards, 35 touchdowns, and like 6 or 7 interceptions. Now he threw 5 in the last game of the year, but he was like incredibly efficient. And can JJ McCarthy do that? Addison missing a few games, I don't know. I don't think Thielen's gonna do much that Addison could do over those first few games, but I don't know. I think the one thing that kind of stood out to me is that I don't think any of us had anybody over 13 wins. Yet I think we had I think there were 4 teams that had 14 or more wins last year. I'm pretty sure that the Eagles,
Yeah, Eagles.
I think the Eagles, the Lions, the Vikings, and the Chiefs all were above 14 wins.
Wow.
Which is abnormal. Doesn't happen a lot. But none of us went past 13 on anybody.
Yeah, I
just think it's a lot of parity. I just think it's a lot of parity.
We were all very high on the Rams until all of a sudden reports of Stafford and his back. Yeah. That's probably the one that makes me the most.
Yeah.
Is if Stafford's back. Now, when I say nervous, it's solely on this pick. I mean, I hope that he's in a wheelchair the whole year, and he doesn't get to play. Not that he's paralyzed. Let him get out of it after the year's over. But being in my division, I think it'd be great for me if he didn't play. Like you're already hurt. Might as well just pack it in, Stafford. Just I don't know. But yeah, that one looks like that one could bite us in the butt with possibly Stafford's health, and their left tackle just started practicing this week for the first time in all of camp. So
I got one more question from Milton here. He says, "Thanks for the explanation on that, but also, why are we also high on Seattle? Sam with the worst O-line and weapons."
Oh, okay. Well, that's mean, Milton. Well, their offensive line is pretty much so. Our offensive line, we have traded out both of our guards, G-Money, and our center.
No.
No.
Our center, but that's only because Owen Conde was injured, so he wasn't playing. But
So
Bradford moved from the left. Well, we moved Bradford from left guard to right guard. And of course, our first round pick is playing left guard. And why are we so high on them, he asked. Well, so the zone run blocking is what we're going back to, which is a lot easier for those O linemen to play than some of the schemes that we were using last year and the year before. We are going to run the ball more, and that's obvious by the fact that we kept five tight ends going into the season. Plus, we have a fullback. So why are we high? Well, we know the defense finished top 10 the end of the overall for the end of the season. That defense is only going to be better. So the question that the Seattle fans had was, okay, our issue is we cannot and have not been able to run the ball effectively against anyone, really. We had a couple of games last year, but really, when you looked at it as a whole, we just couldn't run the ball. It's going to be different, and we will run the ball. And Sam Darnold isn't going to be asked to put the ball up 35, 40 times. And he was efficient with Minnesota. And when you don't tell him that for the most part he has to win the game, he's not putting the ball in jeopardy that much. And people kind of forget that Geno Smith last year had more interceptions in the red zone than frickin' any other quarterback in the league. I mean, that man got down to the red zone and it was like the danger zone. And he needed to throw that ball to someone, whoever was open, whether they were wearing a Seahawks jersey or not. So that's why we're high on that. And we look at the 49ers, and the 49ers have questions everywhere. Arizona's been a shit show for like 10 years, except for the 1 year they went to the Super Bowl, and that was it. Other than that, they're pretty much a shit show. You don't know what you're going to get from game to game with them. And the Rams, there still are questions at quarterback. So, yeah, how are they going to move the ball if indeed Matthew Stafford's back acts up and he's out a few games?
Right.
Because Jimmy G, come on, guys. Jimmy G's a model, not a quarterback. And the kid out of Georgia, that boy's got an alcohol problem. And
that boy,
that's a fact, unfortunately, yeah. I'll send him a bottle. I'll send him a bottle down there if he's starting.
Stetson Benson.
I also would say that I don't think we're necessarily high on them because they finished 10-7 last year with a worse O-line, dealt with injuries. Geno Smith, like G Money said, like he can move you from the 30-yard line to the other 30-yard line easily, but once he got inside the 30 of the red zone, man, you just be scratching your head. I like our depth at running back. We have switched up the offensive line. Abe Lucas, who I think was a third-round pick a few years ago, finally healthy again. Him and Charles Cross were looking like great tackles that we had when we drafted them both in the same year. He dealt with injuries for the last 2 years. He's back healthy at right tackle. We got DeMarcus Lawrence. I love him. We re-signed Williams. We got great secondary. Our linebackers, we don't necessarily have the names at linebacker like we used to because, we don't have damn, I'm drawing a damn blank. So I don't think we're necessarily just being high. I think that we're just expecting them to be the same or a little bit better than what they were last year. You traded out some pieces, you added some pieces. They won 10 wins last year. They win 10 wins this year. I think that's still a step in the right direction after getting rid of people like, DK and Metcalf and
I got
Tyler and Gino.
He says, bringing Kubiak over will help run game, but depth on O-line is still a worry for me. Very valid point on Gino. His last question, his actual last question. Why so high on the Chargers over the Broncos? One's defense got better and one's O-line just got worse.
Me, I think it mainly goes into me, it's mainly coaching. Because as much as I hate Harbaugh, I just think that he is a damn good coach that turns around franchises in a hurry when he gets there. And so I get that Denver still has a really good defense. What does the NFL do with an entire year of tape on Bo Nix? I don't know. But I also like the running back that the Chargers drafted. Herbert showed that he can put up yards with anybody, basically at wide receiver. And I guess Keenan Allen's actually back in the Chargers uniform now, but I mean he's old and decrepit. But yeah, to me it basically just comes down to coaching. I just think that Harbaugh turns teams around, and I don't know.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what Malin said, as I jumped right in front of June there, we don't know what the second year of Bo Nix is going to bring, and now remember that we made these picks in July and August prior to Slater getting injured, and he's out for the season basically. They're losing their left tackle. Chargers losing their left tackle, and now juggling the O-line around. That might change our equation, our picks, and how we think the Chargers are going to do, because things do revolve around the O-line and how well they can block, and even with a rookie running back who's probably going to do quite well for them. Just remember, when we made these picks, we didn't make these picks yesterday. We made these picks a month ago. So now when you start looking at everything, we might want to dial back a couple of wins that the Chargers have.
No, I think the Chargers. What Malin said was spot on with Harbaugh, and he's had a year to really look at what his team can do. Bo Nix, he's going to have a lot of people. He's going to have somebody looking over his shoulder, and they're going to be coming after him. And yes, they are going to have tape on him, so they're going to come after him. And he's got some great defensive coordinators that he's got to play against all season, including, people forget, Pete Carroll is a defensive coordinator. He's a defensive guy. But guess what? Now he's got Pete Carroll in his division. He got the other defensive coordinators in his division. So now he's got to worry about all of that now, and people using that tape against him that he put out last year. I think that's why I have the Chargers. Again, the injuries, injuries catch up to you. Luckily for the Chargers, it was an injury in training camp and not an injury at third game of the season. They can put somebody else in. Hopefully, the person been playing all preseason and just going to keep rolling. That person that was playing that spot in preseason now just to continue to play that spot. So hopefully that works out for him. And yes, I'm high on that running back because I did draft him. So I think so I like the Chargers in this situation over the Denver Broncos.
No,
even though I think Denver Broncos defense is good, but I still believe that the Chargers are going to be just better than they are.
I mean, I think that Milton was more, and G Money kind of talked about his reasons. But June, you and I were only different on the Chargers and the Broncos by a couple games. It was Jalen and Nestor that were off by like 4 or 5 games. G Money was off by like 4 or 5 games. So like Jalen, Nestor, like why was there such a game disparity? Like, why'd you think the Chargers were going to be that much better than the Broncos? Because I didn't have them that far apart.
I had
the Chargers
them, yeah.
Oh yeah,
noticeably better than Denver. So I have the Broncos at 7 wins, while I have LA at 11, and that just comes down to a lot of namesake, I guess you could say. Like, offensively, I don't really know much of Denver's offense, and rather than when it's like on the Chargers, it's a bit more clarification. I do think Justin Herbert is going to benefit greatly for now having a second year under Harbaugh. I feel like that quarterback coach duo is going to benefit. The ceiling is higher than the Peyton Bo Nix coach quarterback duo, where it's like I feel like that's a nuclear weapon in LA. Denver, it's like at best they can be like a playoff team. But if that continues to go where it should go with the Chargers, I think they should have like one of the best offenses, at least through the air in the NFL. So
the Chargers already proved they can get 11 wins. For me, the problem was They have a damn gauntlet in December. They have Philly, Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, and Broncos. And coaching, yeah, is great, but I mean, with Herbert and that O line, it's gonna get messy in December. So Broncos, nobody's impressive on the offense front. Nobody. That defense is gonna be great, but
Cortland
I
Sutton.
don't know. Any team can beat them. It's just, in my opinion.
Damn.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised
Milton
that
says-
Milton. I'm surprised Milton didn't ask us about the Patriots. 'Cause none of
Milton
us
is
had
also a
losing record.
Patriot fan. I should put that out there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
'Cause none of us
Okay.
none of us have the Patriots with a losing record, and they ain't been winning anything for a minute. So we're kind of bullish on them.
That is why, Milton, we need to have you on the show here. Check your email, Milton.
Buy some jersey stock. Some jersey stock this year.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic here, which is another fun one, where we give our predictions for who's going to win the AFC, who's going to win the NFC, and who's going to win MVP this coming season. We've had some wacky picks in the past. I'm not gonna lie. We don't need to dive into years past. That's not what this is about. This is about the future. So that's what we're gonna focus in on. We will go in order that we, I guess, that we typically go in. So we'll start with G Money first on who he thinks is going to win the AFC.
It pains me to say this, but I tend to think, and I wish it was Baltimore's year. I'd love to see Lamar Jackson in the Super Bowl. I just can't move my ass away from Kansas City. When you look at them, you go, well, they don't have a group. They have Mahomes. Kelsey's old, and now he's getting married, so his thoughts are elsewhere. And they don't have stars other than those two, right? I mean, they've got good players, but nobody you look at and you go like, man, yeah, but they keep goddamn winning, and they keep showing up in the damn Super Bowl. So until somebody can actually knock them out of the AFC Championship game, I'm going with Kansas City for the AFC. I think this year with the NFC, it's going to be a little different. Philadelphia has some O-line issues. Well, there we go. Good. I get to listen to other people, so I can then change what I was going to say.
June, who is winning the AFC?
I am going Baltimore. I like Kansas City, and of course, I got them at 13-4. I picked them 13-4, but I also picked Baltimore to go 13-4. I think Baltimore is just going to be the better team this season. I think that having a second year with Travis Henry, last year I think one of the reasons they didn't go was because they lost their defensive coordinator. That was a big deal. So now you got a second year with the defensive coordinator. I think he's going to be better. So I think him and Harbaugh are going to work great together this season. So, but I think that it's going to come down to what that offense can do, and I think you get the ball to Derrick Henry. I said Travis Henry. Derrick Henry, and get him because you ain't gonna have that much. So here's the deal. You don't have Derrick Henry that many years, and for me personally, I think this is it for him. I think this is the last year or we see Derrick Henry we see him at his best. I'm talking about absolute best. I think this is it. So give me that combination of Jackson and Henry leading this team to the Super Bowl.
Okay, I like it. Malin.
I wrestled around with this one. I was going between three teams. I was trying to convince myself of the Bills. I was trying to defending, MVP. Shakir's going into his fourth year. Coleman's going into his second year. You re-sign Cook. You got Joey Bosa who replaced Von Miller. You got win a lot of games in the AFC East. But I keep going back to the fact that they lose games that they should, win in the playoffs. And so I ultimately scratched out the Bills. And I looked at the Ravens. I was like, shit, Lamar could have won the MVP last year if they didn't have MVP, fatigue like the NBA did with LeBron James for so many damn years. And yes, they got Derrick Henry, Travis Henry, whoever you want to call him, June. I'm still not a big fan of the wide receiver core. I think their defense is still solid. Yeah, I mean, listen, Hopkins is not. We're not getting 26, 27-year-old Hopkins, right? We're getting what, like 87-year-old Hopkins. We're getting him on his
Oh
last
Lord.
leg. This is not the same Hopkins that Kyler Murray was throwing to. And then I got to go into Lamar Jackson's playoff record, man. Like I think the Ravens are going to win a crap ton of games, and I believe you, June, that Derrick Henry is going to be a beast. But right now, Joe Burrow still has more playoff wins than Lamar Jackson
That's
does.
crazy.
Like right
That's so
now,
crazy
he
to me.
still does. It's crazy, right? So I can't go with the Ravens because it's got to be a prove it thing. So then I landed on something I said last year, where I said because the year before I picked against the Chiefs. Chiefs embarrassed me. I said, you know what? I'm not going to pick against the Chiefs anymore until they prove me wrong. And so here they are. They'll probably be, a 10 or 11 win team sneaking into the playoffs. Probably might win the division. I don't know. Everyone's going to be talking about Buffalo. Everyone's going to be talking about the Ravens. Everyone's going to be talking about whether or not the Bengals made it to the playoffs. And if Joe Burrow's in there, can he do it? But until Patrick Mahomes does not go to a Super Bowl for at least 2 straight years, it's almost impossible for you not to pick the Chiefs if you like money. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, they've been to 5 out of 6. That's wild. So I'm going with the Chiefs just because I'm a numbers guy. And I got tired of them making me look stupid. So, go with the Chiefs.
Nestor.
Sometime.
Okay, so first of all, the Ravens. Like Malin said, their playoff record is just not there. They're very inconsistent once they get there. If for some reason Derrick Henry goes down, this is the year where he goes down. Yeah, nothing's happening in the playoffs. We have to factor in his age. I know that we say that every year, but there will come a time. So the tight ends, Mark Andrews and Likely, they're not really. At least Mark Andrews isn't as impressive as he used to be, in my opinion. We remember what happened last year. And the wide receiver room there with Zay Flowers and Bateman, it's very mid. So the Ravens are gonna win some games. They'll be impressive. They'll get to the playoffs, but after that, not much. I am gonna go on a limb here and be the only one, maybe, to choose the Bills. Thing is, the Chiefs can't do it every damn year. At least that's what I hope. This is gonna be the year the Bills finally get to the Super Bowl. One out of like how many times? They probably won't go back. They might not win it, but this is gonna be the year. Finally, the year, the one and only time they get to the Super Bowl. At least for the next 20 years. That's they'll get there. Josh Allen is a beast. The defense will do good. The coaching staff, I don't like them, but they'll get it done. They've figured out KC. They just need to figure them out in the playoffs. So yeah,
The man in his Dolphins hat picks the Bills.
Hey, that is a man of his convictions there.
Shame.
That,
Shame.
hey, you know what? That hurts when you got to pick somebody in your own division outside of your own favorite team that you think is actually going to go. So that's why I respect. That's a man that he wouldn't say it if he didn't believe it, because it hurts him to say.
Mhm.
Milton
Yeah.
says Bills Mafia 0-5 would be hilarious. Um,
Yeah.
this was the
5, no. 0-7.
oh,
They've only been
excuse
to
me.
the
Ooh.
Super Bowl. If the Bills
And they went in the 70s.
did they?
O.J. Simpson went to the Super
No.
Bowl. Yeah, in the
No.
70s. Right?
No.
What is Simpson
No.
going to the Super Bowl?
No.
I
No.
don't think about Minnesota. I'm
No.
thinking about Minnesota. I'm thinking about the
Oh.
Purple People Eaters. I'm thinking about Minnesota.
Yeah. I was like,
I
no,
think
wait a
about- I
minute,
think
no. Yeah. I mean,
No,
they
I
were.
was thinking Minnesota.
I mean,
This is like-
Minnesota.
Alternate
This is like
they
universe.
hold two.
I
Yeah. It's like,
alternate reality. Oh, OJ never went to no Super Bowl.
was gonna say that.
I thought it
That
was.
sounds crazy.
I mean, not as a player anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about the the Minnesota Vikings.
0-5 would be crazy for the Bills though. If they went back and lost it, like
Yeah,
Jim
all
Kelly
these
probably
years
get
later.
cancer. That would just be terrible. That would just reopen all them wounds.
Yeah.
They probably don't want to go back for that reason.
This was the easiest one for me to pick. I honestly didn't even have to really think about this. Like Malin said, Angie money. Until it's proven wrong, why would I bet against these people? It's Kansas City. I don't like it, but if I have to pick something, and I want to be right, I mean, come on. Like you said, 5 of the last 6 years. Literally, my son is 5, and he's only seen the Chiefs miss the Super Bowl one time. That's it. So why the hell would I pick against them?
It's going to be infuriating. And some of the games that they win and how they win it are going to piss us off. Like we're at some point we're going to be talking about the refs with the Chiefs. At some point.
We are. We are.
We will.
What we
It's
got?
going to be
What we got?
infuriating when they do it.
Man.
But I mean, I don't know. I just think Mahomes has that ability in him in the playoffs, like Tom Brady did. I mean, I remember when Tom Brady got the Patriots to the Super Bowl in 2018 against the Rams. Everyone thought that the Patriots were just done. That like they just didn't have it in them anymore to get there again. And then Tom Brady one more time, pulling that team to a Super Bowl and beating the Rams. I mean, the Chiefs just have a way of doing it, and
Yeah, and
Andy
it's like
Reid ain't ever.
on the opposite side, the Ravens, every time they get in the playoffs, it's like the pieces just don't seem to match quite well.
They don't come together.
And then the Bills, it's like just comes down to a final play every time, and they just can't do it. So until that happens, I'll keep riding with what has continued to happen. So
We got
all right.
3 KC, 1 Bills, 1 Ravens. All right.
That sounds about right. That sounds pretty
I hope we all wrong.
realistic.
Honestly, I hope we all wrong. That would
I'd be cool with that.
hilarious.
I'd be totally fine.
I feel that.
I would be cool. I'd be like, hell yes.
You can go ahead and just blow up the big board that we just showed up there if one of us
something's going awry.
That's
because
true.
we would be very wrong on a lot of levels. About a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the NFC. G Money, will go back to you.
This is Detroit's year. I was thinking Philadelphia, but they lost. But they're moving their O line around a little bit, and they're super questionable in the back on defense. if they can't get you via the pass rush, then you can pick them the hell apart. At least in the beginning of the season. We'll see what happens as the season transpires. But I like Detroit, even though they lost their offensive and defensive coordinator. I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make. And I think this is finally the year that Detroit fans have something to hang their hats on. I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl, but I'm saying they're going to the Super Bowl.
Okay. June.
Well, I'm gonna take the Rams. Injuries aside, they haven't happened yet, so no injuries yet. I'm going to take the Rams as the team to beat in the NFC. They were so close to actually beating They were so close to beating Philly last year. I mean, that was just a bad pass to Puka Nakua.
Mm.
He was open. I mean, if you go back and watch that play, they replayed it not too long ago. He was wide open, and Stafford. I think the kind of pass rush got to him a little bit, and he just missed him. And I think Philly was really. I think that's the game. Philly kind of woke up and like, oh, we're not as good as we thought we were. We have to play better because they shut down. They should. Barkley late in the game was a non-factor, and but I think this is the year. The way they got their free agents this year, the way they drafted for a final year for Matt Stafford. They spent a lot of money. They went and got a lot of people, and I think they did a great job. And everybody they went out and got. So out of any team in the NFL, they did the best of going out and getting free agents. So I'm going to stick. I'm going to say the Rams to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Mainly.
I was thinking about doing like a dark horse pick on this, like a flyer, like we're gonna have like a miracle season by somebody. Because I tell you who I'm not gonna pick. I'm not gonna pick the fucking Eagles. The reason why I'm not picking the Eagles is fuck their fans, man. Like they are they are the dumbest people I've ever seen on social media in my life. Like they're the only fans that don't even believe reality.
Yep.
Like most of Eagles fans are like, nah, man, the Super Bowl score was 40-6 because we put all our backups in, and then they didn't score 2 touchdowns until the very end of the game. So it was only 40-6. I'm like, bitch, you don't even understand reality. Like it happened. They scored more than 6 points. Like you beat the shit out of them. I don't know for that many dumb people to live in the birthplace of our nation makes me nervous. I don't like it. So I'm not going with the Eagles. Fuck that team. Team playing want to crash. I don't give a shit. Then I got so I started going about a dark horse because initially, and again, like Nestor here, like I was going Rams. I mean, if you think about it, you look at our big board, we all picked them to win 12 or 13 games. But Stafford's back makes me nervous. It makes me nervous. So, like, I don't know if he's going to miss time. If he misses time, Garoppolo is not him. Edson Bennett is, I think he's on the sideline drinking Bush Light. I don't know. I just think there's everything that I'm about to say with the Rams, because I'm going to go ahead and pick the Rams, hangs on Stafford being healthy. If he's not healthy, then they're fucked. You know what? Last year, my dumbass picked the Dallas Cowboys, and what happened? Dak Prescott,
It wasn't healthy.
IR, and didn't win shit. And so maybe if the gods want to help me out, let the same thing happen with this pick. Maybe we get a little Stafford injury based off my unluckiness here. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Rams because, like June said, they were the best matched up against Philly last year in the playoffs. I think the weather had something to do with that game too. Complete all. I think Sean McVay is one of the best coaches in the NFL. I mean, he was voted amongst his peers as the best offensive mind in the NFL. He just needs his quarterback. If he doesn't have his quarterback, I think they're going to be in trouble a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Rams. God help me.
2 for the Rams. Nestor.
I'm gonna piss everybody off. Yeah.
Damn it. Eagles.
The Eagles.
Oh,
They're
I
fucking
thought you were going to say the Bucks. That's about to drive to your house.
Some people say they're gonna make a Super Bowl run this year. I don't get it.
You're just
I
not
don't
one.
get it. But
I mean,
exactly. It's the
they
UT.
are making a run as they all drive to watch the game. Not that the Bucks themselves are going to be in it.
Oh, I don't know, but I just the only thing with the Rams, and trust me, I'd rather have the Rams go to the Super Bowl than the Eagles. Thing with the Rams is the entire team just makes me nervous when it comes to injuries. It's not just Stafford for me. Puka has had a couple of injuries. He's very talented, but he's gotten injured at some points in the season, and it just makes me I don't know, iffy on that. Kyron Williams is also a concern for me. Um, I maybe I'm wrong on this, but maybe I just think they utilize him too much. They should give Blake Corum some more work. Um, yeah, I just think the Eagles have too many weapons. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon. The only way I could possibly see the Eagles struggling and maybe the Rams stay healthy is if, Saquon gets hurt. But yeah, that Eagles team is pretty good on both sides of the ball, in my opinion.
Man, that's disappointing to hear. I also think that the Philly fans are the literal worst fans in the NFL. I made a short list of title contending teams in the NFC, and I just went through process of elimination. And that's how I picked this. Couldn't pick Philly because Madden curse. If they don't have Saquon, which I don't think they're going to have him for the entire season, they're not getting back to the Super Bowl. And just outside of the Chiefs, most teams just don't go back to the Super Bowl like that. It just kind of doesn't happen like that. So there's that. I really wanted to pick the Rams. And when we made that prediction record wise, I think that was either right before or right around the same time that the news about Matt Stafford's back came out. And when Sean McVay was like, he's looking good. He was walking. I said, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
We can all, most of us can walk. That's not. So, yeah, that team goes as far as he goes, and we're gonna see Garoppolo at some point this season. So, I think I just can't put any eggs in that basket. Detroit, the verdict is we'll have to see with how they are without Ben Johnson. And besides that, still though, Goff has turned into goof in the playoffs one too many times for my liking. So I don't really believe in them in the postseason. Washington, they remind me of the Texans of the NFC, where it's like, okay, that was a really great year you guys had. Let's see you do it again, though. I'm not really buying too much into it. Could have just been like a flash in the pan, kind of a wild thing. So we'll see this year. I would love to see them do that well again, though. I had to buy into the hype. I hate to do it, but the really complete team right now looks like the Green Bay Packers. And so I'm going to go with the Packers to come out of the NFC.
This show was doing so well.
When I look around and see young quarterback.
It's because of Micah Parsons, isn't it?
Young weapons. They have already had a good defense. Now they even have an even better defense. Good coach. It's like they have all of the pieces right there. So I'm like, I'm gonna pick Green Bay, man, and it's weird for me to say, but I'm gonna go with the Packers.
The crazy thing to me, though, Jalen, is that I have this weird suspicion that none of the teams that we just mentioned are going to make the Super Bowl. I feel like we're going to have one of
On the
those.
NFC.
Yeah,
NFC
I feel
side?
like. Yeah, I feel like we're going to have one of those random years
The
where
Bears.
a team that oh shit,
No,
this team went
no.
12 or 13 wins randomly and just
Mm,
goes through the playoffs and goes through the bowl, might lose. It might win. I mean, no one thought that no one was picking the Ravens in 2012. Remember that?
yeah,
And they just skate on through. I mean, no one thought that Super Bowl 40 when the Seahawks played the Steelers. No one thought the Steelers were going to the Super
right.
Bowl that year at 10
You
and
saying
6.
the Bucks are gonna get to this?
Yeah, I'm saying that there's going to be a random ass team that's just
Atlanta?
that's gonna Atlanta popped in my head a little bit. I will say the Bucks popped into my head.
Briefly.
I mean, there's just I don't know. I just feel like this is gonna be one of those crazy ass years in the NFC. I mean, hell, even Washington could do it because none of us picked Washington.
Yeah.
But I just feel it's gonna be a team that none of us picked. It's gonna be in the NFC this year.
I wouldn't be mad. Literally, any AFC, NFC, as long as it's not the Eagles repeating. I would rather be shot in the foot than the Eagles repeat again. Just please no. I can't do it. So there's those two.
They are the worst fans in sport.
Yeah.
They really are.
Let's go to MVP, and this is always a very interesting one. G Money, who is winning MVP this year?
If he stays healthy, Joe Burrow. I mean, MVP voters love quarterbacks, and they're a little burnt out on Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes. So if Joe Burrows has another season where he throws close to 5,000 yards and 40 plus touchdowns, going to Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Joe Burrow, all right. June?
Well, I'm gonna go to this guy hasn't won it in a few years, and that's Patrick Mahomes. I think he's gonna come back and have a terrific season. He hasn't. When was the last time he won it? It's been since the second Super Bowl, right? Or didn't somebody else won it that year, right?
It's been a few
years.
Yeah, so I'm taking Patrick Mahomes. I think he's just gonna come back and have a great season. So yeah.
Malin.
Yeah, I think Mahomes is going to win a lot of games, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think that Chiefs offense. That I've never seen a team go 5 out of 6 Super Bowls with completely swapping your identity mid Super Bowl runs. They are like now more of a defensive team than they are even an offensive team. I agree with G Money. I think there is fatigue on the three usual suspects of Mahomes and Jackson and Allen. It's been Jackson and Allen the last couple years. I think that if Burrow can get his team into the playoffs, that's all he's going to need. He'll probably throw for like 4,800 yards, over 40 touchdowns. I do think that the voters want to give him an MVP. Like they want to, just like last year, that they wanted find reasons to give Allen an MVP. You're like the voting isn't perfect. It's never going to be perfect because the people that are doing the voting are imperfect people. I mean, explain to me how someone like King Griffey Jr. is not a unanimous Hall of Fame induction with the voting. One jackass said no. What like there's always with the voting, there's always a little bit of an agenda. It's not just all about everything on the field, and so I do think that if Burrow gets him to the playoffs, he'll win the MVP. I think it hurt him a lot that they didn't get to the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
Nestor.
I'm just gonna give a boring answer on this one because if I have the Bills going to the Super Bowl, it's got to be Josh Allen again for MVP. The thing is, I don't trust the Bengals to protect Burrow. Unfortunately, I do hope he wins it.
Yeah, I wanted to pick Joe Shiesty, but I don't see them making it to the playoffs. I feel like that would be a necessity in order for them to give that award to him. The NFL does have kind of this like revolving door of seemingly Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and now Josh Allen. So I'm just gonna circle back to Lamar Jackson. That's my prediction.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart.
I really feel like they should have given it to Saquon last year. The year he had, that just went to show like they are never going to give the sport to a running back again. It's got to be a quarterback every year.
If he played the last game of the year, I think he probably would have gotten it. But the Eagles sat him the last game of the year. I think if he would have gone off and he would have ended up with the rushing record, which was in reach.
Yeah.
It was in reach. If he got that, he would have been MVP.
Yeah, but the rushing record was broken in 16 games, not 17.
It don't matter. They still would have.
I know. I'm just saying, it's still got to be an asterisk beside it. You got to put an asterisk beside it. He had an extra game, so it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to say that he got an extra game. But you got to put it.
Now you're going down. Well, now you're going down a rabbit hole about the asterisk. So I mean, do we put an asterisk about O.J. Simpson's 2,000-yard season because he did it in less games than other people that got 2,000 yards? I mean, he did it in 14, not 16. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, you don't put it on his asterisk. You give it on everybody else's.
Yeah,
you put it on
exactly.
Everybody else. He did it in less games, not. Wait.
But Eric Dickerson did it in 16 games. So does he have an asterisk? I didn't mind.
He should.
There's a ghost. There's a ghost in here.
He
That light
should.
he did some crazy ass shit.
That was the ghost of OJ.
He should. I agree with that.
Ghost of OJ.
I agree.
He's like, you damn right put an asterisk on that motherfucker.
That's right.
And the glove.
You put some respect behind my yardage.
Give him an asterisk. I mean, he was the first to do it. He was the first to do it.
Yeah.
And I think he was the only one to do it in a 14-game season. I think
He
everyone else
was.
did.
He was.
Wow.
And everybody else was running back by committee. Most of those teams in the 70s, they had two running backs. The Dolphins had Mercury Morris and Larry Zonka. So, and I think most teams had two running backs. Cowboys had like three running backs back then. and Roger Starlett.
Before we go
Franco Harris,
to break here, do you want to mention Milton is mentioning that tomorrow they have his show's way too early award show. So if any of us would like to come on their show and give our predictions and be ready to give an argument in our defense, that we have the invitation to do so. So just throwing that out there.
Oh, okay.
What time is this show, and is it on YouTube?
It is on YouTube. I'm not sure what time it is, but I'm sure he'll let us know here in just a second, or he'll send me an email. But
There you go. Just give us a heads up, huh?
yes, we're gonna go to a break. June, are you sticking around?
Yes, I am.
Cool.
June is reinvigorated from his vacation.
Yes, he is. He's well rested.
Hanging around the second half.
A little detoxed.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back
to
in
the
about
restroom real quick.
10 minutes.
are.
Daniel's going to have a sophomore slump?
He is.
Yes, we are.
Because I don't.
We're gonna think Daniel.
I do not think he's
because
going to have a sophomore slump. In his rookie year, 6.5% completion percentage, damn near or over 3,500 yards, and he led the team in rushing with 891 yards.
so that tells you that rushing game
That's
sucks.
not as impressive as you think it is.
That's horrible.
In 1,000 plus yards went to his number one receiver
If I
who's
read those
holding out.
numbers and those were Dak's numbers, you'd have to go to the bathroom.
No,
dude.
because I know no. The Dallas Cowboys, if everybody's healthy, they have an offense that can play with anyone.
What week is Dak going to get hurt? Because that matters.
He's not.
It does matter a little bit.
He's not going to get hurt.
If he doesn't get hurt, I have him at 6 wins.
You have lost your fucking mind.
Ouch!
You have
Ouch.
lost. You have lost your damn mind. Okay, go ahead.
I don't think so.
How much money do you want to put on that 6 wins?
First of all, the head coach is fighting for his job. He's not going to go to Jackson Dart until that's his only option, and that will be his only option by that time.
If they're starting week 9, I don't think they're having 7 wins.
No.
June has them probably at 2.
I got the Giants going 3-14. I have no faith in this team whatsoever. The first 4 games of the season, Washington, Dallas, the Chiefs, and Chargers. Those are 4 losses. They're starting the month off 0-4. They're going to beat the Saints, and then they go through a stretch where they play the Eagles, the Broncos, the Eagles, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Lions, season over. 3-14 for this team.
I have the Giants at 7 wins.
Damn.
Name them. Please name them.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to name them? Well, okay, first of all, before I name the wins, I'm going to get into the why. I took quarterback stats of the last 2 years to figure out who my top 5 were going to be. Patrick Mahomes at number 5. You look at the stats. I got Goff number 4. I got Mayfield number 3. He's got more touchdown passes than any other quarterback.
Man, y'all laughing at mine.
And then I got Allen, then I got Lamar. Prove me wrong with Baker. He's had better stats than Patrick Mahomes year to year over the last 3 years. Look at Baker's stats versus Patrick Mahomes' stats at least the last 2 years. Tell me who played better quarterback.
Fuck.
Well, I just walked 2 miles in this damn stadium.
Can I get a Miller Lite, man? Miller.
Okay.
I like your shirt.
It's like $18.
Fuck. We're Road G. Season 21, 22. And LSU.
I apologize. Old drinks. It's
You're good. You're good. I want to know what happened to Baltimore's defense. Bucks ain't this good.
Incomplete. 3rd and goal.
Technically, it's 101st.
Holding. Bring that shit back. You're a wizard.
$1 more would have gotten you a highlight.
They conned us. They conned us into this.
That's some bullshit.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry, sir.
There's a lot of elderly Ravens fans right here.
Yes, the Baltimore Colts marching band back when they used to have a marching band.
A lot of popcorn.
Well,
there goes our
points. There goes our points. Why are you so mad, man?
Tyler Love.
He's so angry. They're going to the exit.
Henry on the carry. Held down by Lawrence David. Second and 11 at the 41.
You lucked out with Brady. Three. Last shit don't matter. Better get before that. You bet me 4-3. Yeah, we 4-3, and we gonna win our division. Y'all will not. No, you're not even number one. Atlanta's way better than y'all. You crazy. Oh shit. Atlanta's way better.
I have him at 8 games for 3 reasons. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be good. I wonder if he can turn back the clock. I think if this team is going to make the playoffs, I think he has to play great. DK Metcalf is really good at being a number 1 threat. If you have somebody like a Tyler Lockett being your number 2, they can just catch a bunch of balls, and he's not always like the primary target. He's still immature. There's so many times that G Money and I, every single year, we thought he'd grow out of this. He starts getting, 15-yard flags for fighting people, roughing them up, or offensive pass interference, like all kinds of random ass penalties that he gets. The defense worries me a little bit because it really kind of hinges on whether or not TJ Watt's healthy. I don't know. Was Jalen Ramsey really a great pickup over Micah Fitzpatrick? I didn't really understand that move. I'm going to go 8.
As you get older as a running back, it's a lot of miles you got on those legs and on that body and a pounding. We'll see if he can replicate what he did last year. And yeah, you look at the schedule is a schedule that it should be, right? I mean,
will the Cowboys re-sign Micah Parsons before or after the season starts? I think they signed him before, probably a couple days before, just like they did Dak last year. I don't know why they do this seemingly every year. Does Jerry Jones really want to play the defending champs without basically their best player? You're going to need someone to slow down Barkley and Hurts. At least try and slow him down. I would like to think that Jerry Jones is smarter than that and want his team in the best position to win that game. First game of the season. I think they get the deal done beforehand. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below.
Who are your top 5 running backs going into this 2025 season? I actually have Jonathan Taylor at number 5. At number 4, I've got Bijan Robinson. He actually had about 25 yards total less than Jonathan Taylor, but he has more touchdowns and less fumbles, so I gotta put him ahead of Jonathan Taylor going into this coming year. At number 3, Jahmyr Gibbs. I still think Jahmyr Gibbs is underrated. The man didn't fumble the ball 1 time last season and still put up 16 touchdowns, so I gotta put him at 3. Man is still slept on somehow. And then, of course, at 2 and 1, just the overall. Derrick Henry at 2, Saquon at number 1. But let us know who are your top 5 running backs in the comments below. Welcome back. Welcome back to your favorite show on the internet. After further review, episode 252. Gentlemen, this is the last second half we'll have to do without any actual football to talk about for a little while. So how about we take a cheers to that?
Do it.
There's actually no water in this.
How are you?
Damn it.
Is that vodka, Jalen?
Oh no, this is tequila. I would not.
Tequila. Okay. What about you, June?
Jameson.
Oh, Jameson. Okay. I got some Weller 12-year. What about you, G Money?
Doing just a little bit of Jack Daniel's triple mash.
Ooh, God, I love that red label.
I thought about opening up some single malt, but I had the triple mash already open, so.
I don't like shooting.
Esther's always hydrating nowadays.
Yeah, he's got class, man. He's got a paper he has to do, and about an hour and a half, basically a half an hour.
Nestor's just trying to get more fit.
Yeah,
So
Nestor's in his
up in that running club.
health era.
Yeah,
Nestor's
trying to get fit to keep up with Jalen in the running clubs. You can keep looking at all them booties.
It's giving brunch.
What's the name for the I don't remember the brand that puts on that goddamn run club? Anyway,
The motherfuckers who don't run.
Yeah, motherfuckers who don't run. Brought to you by.
It's exactly the type of. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Bridget's in the chat. She says Nestor in his wellness era.
Wellness era. Nestor. Get it.
Okay, second to last topic of the week. So I fooled you guys. You thought last week was the last What's Up With That. But this week, this is the real last What's Up With That for the year. Yeah. One more time where each one of us airs out a grievance we have in the world of sports from the past week. Would anybody like to volunteer to go first?
You know I want to go first.
Yeah. June.
I thought about why you didn't have this on the topic until I saw that What's Up With That was back. So then I knew that you knew, and we all knew that June was going to come in. So June, get on your couch, lay back, and tell us all about all your feelings.
Yeah,
Tell us how Jerry hurt
about
you.
this topic. Well, it's not even about that. So I'm gonna put it like this. I talked about this a couple of What's Up With That, a few What's Up With That, a few back. And shut up.
Go on.
Shut up. What happened was we talked about how these guys are holding teams hostages with the extensions. They holding out on extensions, not even the contract that's coming up. No, it's extension talk. And it came to bite somebody, not really bite him in the ass yet, but it came to bite a team in the ass with all this stuff what these players are doing. And it just happens to be my fucking team. Now, I'm going to put this caveat out. I am not mad at the trade. After I start going back to look at it and seeing everything that's involved, number one, don't forget, they $41 million in cap space. Number two, they got 2 first-round draft picks. Number 3, don't forget, we got Kenny Clark, who the Green Bay Packers have to pay for the next 2 years. That's not bad at all. And now we're getting reports that Micah has to get injections every single game this season just to be able to play. So, and he wasn't scared. He wasn't going to play the Cowboys' first game of the season anyway. They had already said it. So I hate that. The only reason I hate this trade, this is why I hate this, is because of the timing of the trade. I wish this would have happened back in March when the Cowboys had more leverage and could have got more draft picks. Okay? We could have got more draft picks, but unfortunately, this is when the trade happened, and this is how it happened. Micah had some stupid antics, like laying on the damn table, sleep during the middle of the football game. Just acting like a petulant fucking child. that pissed me off, and I'm like, dude, you're better than that. You're better than that. Have some class about yourself. But the simple fact of the matter, I think these free agents, I think they're not. He wasn't even going to be a free agent. He was just, because he was going to. I mean, if anything, he was going to be put under. It was going to. What's the
They're
term
going to
called?
tag him. They would tag
They
him.
was going to tag him. So he wasn't even going to be a free agent. That's what I'm saying about this extension shit. It's getting out of hand, and now people are going to do it more and more and more. And this is another thing that pissed me off. And like I said, Jerry, it's both of their fault. Jerry, at the timing of the trade and not getting more value for the trade. But Micah, he's running around talking about he never wanted this. Motherfucker, you asked for the trade. You straight up asked for the trade. So stop playing this game, Micah. This is your fault too. I want to be a Cowboy for life, but I take a trade. You got it. You got exactly what you wanted. So but you know what? Say la vie. Life moves on. How about them Cowboys?
You know, June, I have to applaud you a little bit there.
What's that?
You are in, I believe, stage 3 of grief. Now, G Money and I were talking about this because we had something happen on the Seahawks several years ago that it gives a similar thing where Russell Wilson asked for the trade, and then once he gets traded, like you don't want to lose him, but then once he gets traded, like it was very easy to go back. We were like, well, this was everything negative about Russell Wilson, and so I'm glad he's gone. So you're in stage 3, got everything negative about Michael Parsons. But I do believe it's going to work out for you though. Much like it worked out for the Seahawks. Because our team is better now without Russell Wilson because of the draft picks that we got. The only thing that sucks for you is that, like you said, when you did the trade, you weren't able to capitalize on the Packers having Micah Parsons post trade. And so if the Packers are better with him than they already are, and they're going to the playoffs, those first round draft picks aren't going to be as well. I think G Money and I were looking at it, and they've been drafting in the mid 25s or mid 20s for the last couple years, and so that's probably going to happen again. But I do agree with you on the free agency stuff. I think that these players, when you sign a contract, man, just honor the goddamn contract till it's your time again.
That's all I'm asking. God, please, God.
Just do it, because you're causing general managers and teams to restructure shit. You don't get as much depth. You're overpaying for people. I don't think the Cowboys ever wanted to pay $47 million a year. And the only bad thing I have to say about Michael Parsons is that Michael Parsons went out and said that he wanted to be a Cowboy for life, and he wanted to, he didn't need to be paid the most money. He wanted to give money back so that they could do things in free agency. Now, G Money and I had it out over the fact that the Cowboys hadn't done much the last 2 years in free agency or with trades. G Money and I already had the breakdown. He was about to do it. I concede. The Cowboys had not done anything the last couple of years, but maybe if they saved some money, they would have been able to the next couple of years. But then the Cowboys haven't been able to bring in free agents. But at some point, Michael Parsons decided he wanted that bad. And I don't think he ever intended on being a. We'll see what happens.
Well, remember, in March they had a deal. Remember, they talked about this. They had a deal in March for $40 million.
Oh yeah, and the
that
agent
was
got
the
his
last time. And that's the last time they negotiated. They never negotiated again.
Well,
and that's the problem I have.
But he also didn't use the agent,
right?
Yeah,
and
which
is that is against league rules, and there probably should be some sort of penalty coming to the Cowboys for doing that, because Jerry Jones should not be doing that. But yeah, G Money and I talked about this for like an hour.
We did. But so to piggyback a little bit on what Malin said, and he and I did have this discussion, and when I looked at how the Cowboys have drafted the last 5 years, right? Because when you look at their draft picks, Micah Parsons was the highest draft pick they had at number 12. CeeDee Lamb was at 17. I mean, everyone they've drafted is still on the team and is either starting or is a backup. And I think the kid they drafted last year is a backup on the D line. So they don't draft. So they draft well for their position, right? So my thought is, though Jerry didn't know Micah's name, and Micah's saying, "Say my name, bitch. Say my name. It's not Michael."
He didn't say that.
And my train of thought is gone.
And so I do believe that it is true that the Cowboys will be better. They've got more cap space. They're going to draft well. And they do. In the first round anyway, they do. They're one of the better teams actually for drafting in the 20 down, for drafting well and have those players starting or staying on the team for their contract. So they'll be okay. As far as signing free agents, they could have had Derrick Henry last year. And how much better would they have been with Derrick Henry?
They didn't even reach out to Saquon.
Or even Saquon. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
they could have paid for that.
So, I think going forward, they'll continue to draft well. I still think they paid way too much for CD. Malin and I have had these discussions about paying wide receivers $40, $50, $60, $70 million. It kind of wrecks your team. And the Bengals are a prime example of that.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the Dolphins.
And the Dolphins, yeah. But I tend to think that in the long run, the Cowboys will be okay as long as they continue to draft the way they do. The Packers, I think they will too. I agree with you that this goes. I don't know if this is a Dallas thing when the Mavericks traded Luka and they didn't look around to say who they could have got a shitload more for him if they traded him somewhere else. And I don't know. Because I'm obviously not privy to any of the knowledge, but two first-round picks for Micah, two? I mean, come on now. You could have got 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick. You could have swapped a third, and we got more for Russell Wilson. We did. Yeah. In picks and players.
We got 3 players and 2 first-round picks, and that was Russell Wilson. You're talking about
and a second
All-Pro.
Yeah, and a second-round pick, and I think we swapped third-round picks. So you could have. I mean, if Jerry Jones decided that's it, I'm done with him. I think that was it. Michael is gone. Then shop him. Because you could have gotten a lot more. Exactly. I mean.
That's the other thing that sucks though, is it's the timing in which they did it. Because at that point, Micah Parsons you start losing trade value once the season starts.
Yes.
And you're not going to get as much. And they started they should have been doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, Jerry Jones came out there saying this has been in the works for months. Well, then why didn't you?
No, it has not.
Draft.
Exactly.
They should have done this months ago. Because they should have done it before the draft, because they wouldn't have been able to use that draft pick this year to make the team better. Because the simple fact of the matter is they might end up being better in the long run, but they're not better this year.
Right.
No.
Clark does not make them better. Clark is a good pickup. The Packers were surprised that they asked for Clark. They thought that they were going to ask for an end. They went in for an interior defensive lineman, and the Packers were surprised by that, but they were so deep in the negotiations, they didn't want to give him up, but they did it anyways because they wanted Parsons that bad. but you should have done this before the draft, early in
It should have
training
been before draft. I said that. I keep saying that.
camp.
I keep saying that. I keep saying that.
You always get the best draft capital before the draft. Always.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or
Always.
during the draft. Or during
Yeah,
the
or
draft.
during
You
the
get the
draft,
best
right.
draft.
Even then.
But I to piggyback my what's up with that off of what June said, it does piss me off. And this was going to be mine. About free agency, not free agency, but salary cap in Major League Baseball.
Mm.
We are getting into this is the last year of the current agreement that they have in Major League Baseball. And Manfred is talking about a salary cap. Major League Baseball is saying they don't want it. We're probably going to have a strike. Major League Baseball needs a salary cap. They need it. They're the only big sport that doesn't have one. And over the course of the last 20 years, baseball has become much more regionalized than it is national. And when I say that, I want you guys to think about this. June, you're a baseball guy. I know Nestor and Jalen, you aren't. But when baseball's on, like E-Money and I watch the Mariners. It's the only team we want to watch. If the Padres and the Dodgers are on, I'm not watching. I don't really care that much. If the Yankees are playing the Red Sox, don't give a shit. 30 years ago, I probably would have watched that game. But I don't anymore. Like, it's my team or no team. That's the only thing I watch. Baseball is very regionalized. When it comes to football, think about it, man. How many times have we turned on the TV on a Thursday night and watched the Titans and the Jaguars with 5 wins
Oh,
Yeah.
and we'll watch the whole goddamn game, right? Because it's football.
and comment on it. And comment on it.
And be mad about it when the other team is losing, when we ain't got no dog in the fight. We get emotional about it.
Because ETN got injured and he's on your fantasy team.
Then you think about like college football. Like there were games on that I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like last night, I gave 2 shits about TCU in North Carolina. Didn't give a goddamn about the game, but I had it on and I watched it because I love football that much. And it's a national sport. Baseball is very regional. But the players are going to be bullish. They're not going to want a salary cap. And I think we're going to lose a year of baseball next year because of it. And it's going to piss me off. I think there's going to be a strike, just like we had, and I think it was 93. And it's going to piss me off. If that happens. I think salary caps are needed in sports. You want parity. You should be able to celebrate parity. You shouldn't be allowed to have teams like the Dodgers sign someone like Shohei Ohtani for the amount of money they signed him for, but defer the entire fucking contract outside of like $2 million a year until after he's done playing. You know what I mean? Like Bobby Bonilla, still making $1.5 million a year, I think it is, until like 2028. King Griffey Jr. Last year was the highest paid person on the Cincinnati Reds roster, and he's been retired for like 13 years. Like you just, like those type of contracts are crazy, but you can do that when you don't have a salary cap and you don't have structure on this shit. Like the Dodgers should not be able to get away with paying officially on the books $2 million for Shohei Ohtani, and then just pay him all that money on the back end, like once he's retired. You know what I mean? Like it's shitty. So I think there needs to be a salary cap. Players don't want it. The league wants it. We're gonna lose out, and the sport's gonna get hurt even more. And it just pisses me.
Could you imagine being like, yeah, I haven't worked for that place in 2 decades, but they're still paying me.
Yeah, over $1 million.
Right.
Yep.
It's nuts.
But the funny thing is, right, is they don't technically have a salary cap, but they have a luxury cap, right? So if you go over a certain amount of money, you're paying that luxury tax. And what they did, what the Dodgers have done, it's nothing new. As Malin said, Bobby Bonilla was done with the Mets back in 2000 or 1999, 98. I mean,
2000.
97. He won a World Series with the Marlins.
Yeah. He ended up, but he wanted his money, most of his money.
2020, I think so.
He wanted.
I mean, that's a smart.
After
so that's a smart move for the player, right? Why is it a smart move for the player? Well, you can make your salary up through commercials, right? And then when you retire, if you're really smart, you've got that money coming in. So how many times have we seen NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball players get a huge amount of money, retire, and 5 or 6 years after they retired, they're dead fucking broke. The guys are repoing their house, their car, their yacht, they're all gone. So these players or their agents were smart enough to say, you can get like $12 million right now, but if we defer this and we sign you up and get you these commercials, you'll get the same amount of money while you're playing, and then you have this money to fall back on, which is smart. I mean, Ohtani is probably making close to $100 million on endorsements. So does he need another $150 million a year? No, he doesn't.
No.
So he has that money set up so that he's taken care of, his family is taken care of, and as long as he doesn't have someone making crazy ass bets for him,
it's
he's
very
good.
smart for the player. It's very smart for the player. I just think it's bad for the sport.
Well, it's smart for the team if they have the money, and because you put that money aside. So you sign him for $750 million. That $750 million, that has to go into an account. So it's not like you don't, like you're going, well, hell, I'm going to sell the team in 5 years or 6 years. Not going to be my issue. You already put that money in an account. So that money's in an account. The crazy thing, right, is this drawing interest that you, the owner, is getting to keep.
Yeah.
So at the end of like 10 years, 15 years, you could turn around and have that and make that $750 million back. So all of a sudden you got Ohtani for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, it's smart on the player, it's smart on the owner. Is it smart for Major League Baseball? No. But this is nothing new. The Yankees were buying championships back in the 70s. I mean, occasionally you see teams that do it the right way, but they do it for a short period of time. The Royals, the A's,
They
they
stripped my
did it the
Marlins
right
in
way.
2003, 2004.
Well, and then the Nationals, but the Marlins. I mean, they bought their talent and then sold them the next day, and right after they won, it was like
That's what the Nationals did.
Yard sale.
I'll never forget that.
The Nationals did the same thing. Nationals did the same thing. They sold everybody. They sold Juan Soto. They sold everyone.
They did.
Yeah, I mean, it is very for the players. I mean, that is the sweetest deal that you could possibly ask for. I mean, goodness. But yeah, for the sport itself, doesn't look the greatest. At least for here in the States, I know, soccer wise, that's pretty damn common. But here in the States, I feel like it kind of moves a bit differently, and it's like people don't really like to know that. But yeah, it is a very regionalized game. It's funny that you say that, Malin, because it's like, most of sports is to some degree, but baseball really is. Like, when you ask somebody where they're from and they're a baseball fan, they're 99% of the time, they are a fan of their, like, hometown team or wherever they live at, which is not always the case with NBA and NFL, where, like, people just kind of follow the players sometimes, or they're just a fan of the game, just generally speaking.
It's just what they watch. I mean, even in the NBA, like, you and I are Celtics fans. Nestor is a Miami Heat fan. we'll tune in to a Golden State Lakers game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We'll watch that in the NBA. You won't do that in Major League Baseball if you're a fan of Major League
No.
Baseball. You're just watching your team.
Yeah.
Your team, yes.
Yeah. My what's up with that for this week? I'll keep this pretty short. Going college football here. I've got to say, the Arch Manning criticism over these past few days, I feel is a bit much.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
they have been dragging this kid through the mud over one start. It's like, he is still a kid, and he played one game against a former NFL championship defensive coordinator. Like, so calm down just a bit. And just because he has a last name Manning, I know obviously expectations were through the roof, but it's like he is still a college player. Like, let's relax.
But they got to do it though, Jalen, because they hyped him up so much, and they were putting all these false narratives out there. Like, how many times have we heard about NFL teams are going to tank for the first round pick because Arch Manning is going to come out this year?
Yeah.
Even though his grandpa Archie Manning's been like, no, he's not going to come out. They still drive the narrative.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been
He
driving
stand 4 years. The boy stand 4 years.
being the first round pick for so much that when he has a bad game, they're like, well, shit. Now we got it. Now we got shit all over him.
Yeah.
I felt like he did well in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
it took him a few quarters.
Good.
Yeah, I thought he was decent in the fourth quarter. He was definitely overwhelmed to a certain degree, but I do think he has that moxie, that confidence about him. I think he'll end up being fine. I mean, how many people make their third start in college football against the defending national championship at their house on week 1 when they debut the national championship banner? That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often.
And on the national TV broadcast, every third commercial has your face in it. Like, the expectations were ridiculous.
I think Texas will be fine. Texas is still going to the playoff. They still got a shot at winning the SEC. I mean,
you know who don't got a shot at winning the SEC?
Alabama. Alabama. I love. Okay, Jalen. I love that sports can do this for us. That we love our teams and we can get the really highs when our teams do well, but we can get just as much joy with teams that we hate do bad. You know what I mean? June watched his team lose game 1 against Ohio State. By the end of the night, he said, "The weekend saved, fellas. We're all good over here in the June Bug house because Alabama lost. It's okay."
They got their ass. Not only did they lose, they got their ass beat by a non-ranked team.
7, man.
They got
they stuck with Kalen DeBoer too. They stuck with Kalen DeBoer.
They stuck with him for at least 5 more seasons.
He's got a $70 million buyout. $70 million buyout, and they're only getting up to $12 million a year in NIL money. They're behind a lot of other people in NIL money. Like, Alabama does not have the funds that some of these other schools have, man. They are stuck with that, man, and they deserve it. You want to steal our Husky coach? That's what you get. Get him. Have him.
They were cruising for that bruising. But Nestor, what was your what's up with that?
All right, I'm gonna pour a lot of salt on a very recent wound. G Money knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yes, we're talking about Sanders in Miami, baby.
Just to put it into context, imagine your favorite team in the NFL is going to the Super Bowl, and they're gonna play the Chiefs. You find out the game is at Arrowhead. I don't understand. As soon as I knew they were playing in Lumen Field, I was like, yeah, it's wraps. Let's just
That's
call
close.
it a day. That place was. I didn't know the lore. I did not know the lore. I could feel the bass through the damn TV. Like
Oh shit.
insane, insane.
It is the best setting in MLS.
Jesus,
Hmm.
dude.
No, Nestor, there is a pub a block away from where G Money lives. It is like an Irish pub. It's a soccer pub. I've been in there, man. Had drinks there. I actually brought a glass home from that bar. It was so cool. They do a party bus from Tacoma to Seattle, which is about 45.
Damn.
Isn't it 45 miles away? I think it is. I
Mhm.
don't know.
To the stadium. It's about that.
They do a
That's
party
awesome.
bus. It included is tickets to the game, drinks on the bus, drinks back. You park at the pub, ride the party bus to the stadium, and then they bring you back. Like that's how
That's so
big it
cool.
is. They do party buses.
Hmm.
It'd be like us taking a party bus to go see some team in Orlando
Yeah.
or something like that.
And
It's that cool, and they do like this walk with the fans down the street. It is just a really cool
they
environment.
sounded as close to what I've heard in like Europe. The closest I've heard to like
Yeah, it is.
somewhere in Europe. And it hurt because I don't like dislike the Sounders. I actually like that they beat Toronto a few times. So I was always happy when Toronto would get to the finals and Sounders would just slap them.
Yeah.
I don't get the criticism that not just Messi, but also Ronaldo gets when they go to these finals with these shitty teams and they lose. Like they're almost 40. Like you can't just what are you asking from them? These guys have won almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they're
Yeah.
40 and they're having a run how for how long? Um it hurts, but at the end of the day, they already won the League's Cup. Great game from Seattle. Like I said, that's one of the best teams in the MLS, and I got no beef with them. I was amazed by the damn stadium. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's one of those criticisms that
Yeah.
it's like imagine if LeBron didn't have Luca yet and he got his team to the finals and lost to OKC or
Oh
Boston,
yeah,
whatever. And it's like,
right.
how are you gonna
He's
get mad at
washed.
LeBron? He's 40 years old. Like, Jesus.
It's insane.
G Money, what's up with that?
So after watching, and I did indeed watch UNC TCU, and then listening today to people berating Bill Belichick and saying,
Who would do that?
not that good a coach. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe the sports radio that I listen to, but made me think. And I put the old G Money thinking cap on. I'm like, people said the same thing about another storied NFL coach, someone that had won 3 Super Bowls, someone that was NFL Coach of the Year, someone that was 2-time NFC Coach of the Year, someone that was on the 1980s All-Decade team. Anybody know who I might be talking about? That's right, it's Bill Walsh of the 49ers. When he left the 49ers, you know where he went? He went right across the bay to Stanford. Now, like Bill, he took over a team that was in disarray. Took over a team that had a high requirement to get into the university. So you couldn't be a great football player and have a low GPA. You weren't getting into freaking Stanford. That wasn't happening. You had to have both, which is really hard to recruit. And unlike Bill now, or actually unlike college football now with the transfer portal, the NIL and everything, you didn't have any of that. So Bill didn't do well at Stanford for 2 years. Did not do well. That didn't diminish the coach he was. And people want to diminish the coach that Bill was because they see what happened at UNC. They had so high expectations. The man brought in 70 new players. I mean, I don't know if any of us brought in 70 new employees and then expected to maintain or be better than our production previously. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Give him a chance. You know, let's see what he does.
Yeah,
but you can't berate the man.
No.
I agree.
Hey,
for
they
the
had a great
same
college
reason.
football game back that day.
College football, what now?
There was a college football game. Bill Walsh, remember? Bill Walsh on Sega
Yeah,
Genesis.
college football.
That
ni-
college
19
football
game.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
NCAA.
that was a.
That's what
So that's how
started the
great.
sports for college football.
So that's why I want to say what G Money said is correct. It didn't take away. They made a damn college football game about the guy. And Stanford wasn't like a world beater at the time. So the criticism about Bill Belichick is definitely not warranted and not needed. This man can do no wrong. In my eyes, Bill Belichick can do no wrong. So
Yeah, I mean, it was an embarrassing loss yesterday, but I'm using the same logic I'm using for Arch Manning. It's like, all right, week one. It's all settled down. A lot of new changes going around here. So, yeah.
you know, and Jalen, here's the other thing. If Texas would have played UTEP, University of Texas El Paso,
Right.
or Bill Walsh would have played, North Carolina Central or something, and they blow them out, what would have been the title then?
Yeah.
Oh, they played a cupcake first day. They didn't play
Right.
nobody.
Mhm.
We don't know how good. So everybody can kiss my ass on all of that shit.
I walked into a bar that same day, and I go in there. This is in Paso Grove, St. Pete, and I just look around. It's all Ravens. Like carpet is Ravens.
Oh, I know
The
exactly.
walls
where
are
you were.
Ravens.
You were at the Brass Monkey,
Yeah.
weren't you?
Yes. And then I look at the game, and it's that game, and then there's like as soon as Ohio does something, everybody's like cheers. I'm like, yeah, I'm going outside. I'm going to the patio. I'm not fucking
Oh
watch
my
this.
gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
I don't know why would they flock there? Ohio State.
Right.
Well,
I don't know.
every most NFL teams have one kind of remote bar. It is like their team's bar. Even the Seahawks have a bar out in Vegas. I think it's actually called Smitty's. To be honest with you, it's off the strip. There's a Seahawk
Yeah,
bar.
Smitty's.
There's a Seahawk bar in LA. Like a lot of teams will have like one bar that is like associated with like a different team. It's kind of weird. Everybody shows up that week. So
Yeah.
it's not that uncommon.
You would
It
just
does
think it'd be
happen.
like Maryland fans, but I guess Ohio State
No.
is just that big.
The bar closest to me is an Ohio State bar. The bar that I always go to is Ohio State bar.
It's wild how it ends up happening. They end up picking it that way, but you get these bars that are just pro one team. Ohio State fans are feeling themselves.
That's
cool.
the Ohio State. Everybody, sorry, forgot.
They're still going to lose to Michigan. They're going to still lose to Michigan, so it don't matter.
Michigan fans.
Hey,
still
how about
acting
those Florida teams though? How about those Florida teams?
Michigan is still acting like it's 2023 and they're the reigning national champs.
Y'all just talking about how Alabama lost, but you're not talking about who beat them. Damn.
Florida State. I mean, you know,
The
hey,
Catholics versus convicts was a great game. The Catholics
That
versus
was a good
convicts
game.
was a
That
great
was
game
a good
too.
game.
That was a great
Catholics versus
game.
convicts was a good game. I love that you know the reference to. Dude, not enough people understand the reference of Catholics for convicts. I love that you know that. Yeah, that Miami Notre Dame game was good.
Yeah.
Even Florida won. USF beat the shit out of Boise State.
Let's
The
go.
USF whooped the shit out of Boise State. That was wild. I love how Jalen's doing all of the monikers. He was doing this.
God.
But Miami is this,
go.
apparently. Yeah, all Florida teams, man, are doing well. I mean, you got this is the first time I think they said in 20-something years that Florida and Miami, Florida State are all in the top 15. Like it's the first time in like a long time that all three of them schools have been ranked like that high. Oh
Wow.
So
Well,
USF
see how
Florida on Saturday. So
Yes.
somebody's gotta lose.
Somebody has to,
Somebody's gotta-
unfortunately.
And it's in Gainesville, so USF about to get that ass whooped. So it's about to happen. It'll be Bulls down.
Yes, we will have plenty to talk about next week. We'll have some week 1 overreactions. That's how it works. So hey, we will have a lot of really good football though this entire from Thursday all the way until pretty much the next show. We will have very good football to watch. So
Getting Cowboys Eagles week 1 Thursday. Wild. That is all right.
it is.
Man, we still got a whole other fucking segment. I thought we were
Yeah,
about
we
to end.
do.
Oh my God! They were in
No.
You
I'm
about
so
to
used to
sign us
what's
up,
up.
Jalen.
We better go. We better go.
We got
We
the
better
Better
go.
All right.
Dying 5 still.
Rapid
Oh,
fire. I'm so
Yeah.
used to like what's up with
Oh.
that is the last thing.
Yeah.
Oh Lord
Man.
Jesus. Okay. Ride or
We
Die
in
in
it now,
5.
people.
We will start off. I didn't even put the our records from where we left off. Next week, don't worry about it. Thursday
There we
night,
go.
Cowboys at Eagles. -7.5 is the spread in favor of the Eagles. Is anybody picking the Cowboys to cover besides June?
Nothing to go.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, that's
Yeah.
my lock for the week.
Oh jeez.
Okay, well, we'll get to that.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm
It's not
taking
my,
the
it's not
Eagles.
my lock. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It's not my lock. It's not my lock.
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
have blamed
is.
you. All right. Next game. Let's start with
So
G
we're all
Money
taking the
here.
Eagles?
I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah. So Kansas City at the
Yes.
at
Go
the
ahead, G Money.
Chargers, really in Brazil, right? On that shitty field that we saw them play on, that we saw, wasn't the Eagles play on that last year? That shitty field.
Green Bay.
Okay.
Eagles and Green
Yeah. Yeah.
Small
Yeah.
injuries.
Shitty field. So, I'm picking Kansas City. Basically, let's look at it like this: Kansas City is 6-0 against the spread on the road, the first game of the season. They're also 3-0 against the spread on international games. And though the Chargers are good against the spread away from home first week, they're 0-3 against the spread on international games. Plus, they lost their all-pro left tackle. They're moving their right tackle to left tackle, their left guard to right tackle. So they're going to have some O-line issues. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Because Slater went out. He's gone for the season. So Joe Alt, who they drafted last year, ostensibly to be a left tackle, but they put him to right tackle. They're moving him to left tackle. And then their left guard, they're moving to right tackle. So I see issues there. I see issues. And Justin Herbert's going to be seeing fucking ghosts.
Fuck. G Money had me doing mental gymnastics with all that. Moving around. Go ahead, June.
Kansas City -3.
Mainly.
It's
Yeah, I love everything that G Money said. I'm also looking at the fact that 54% of the money coming out of Vegas is going on the Chargers on this one. The Chargers just added the last 22 games, 14-22 against the spread, no matter whether they're at home or away. They're batting over 500 just against the spread in general. Without Rice right now, I know the Chargers are going to have some offensive line. I'm about to kill a fucking cat if you touch that screen again. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers on this one. I just think that the Chiefs are they're highly motivated, but I think this is a different Chargers team with Jim Harbaugh and all them. 14-22, their last 22 games. That's wild. So I'll take the Chargers on this one.
Okay, Nestor.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about how much Lab McConkey is going to do, and maybe Omar and Hampton. Keenan Allen, he's a little bit slower now. So, yeah, I think Kansas City has the experience away from home. Yeah, give me Kansas City.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with the rest of you guys. Away from home, like I'm just gonna take the Chargers for the Chargers. Chiefs to cover the 3 points. Let's keep it moving here. Sunday 4:30 game. We've got divisional game between the Lions and the Packers. Micah Parsons' debut. June 2.5 points in favor of the Packers.
Yeah, give me the Packers in that game. I had them pick before the season started to win that game, and I'm still going to pick them now. So give me the Packers.
Malin?
It's really hard when you're picking games against the spread when we're in the beginning of the season and teams are always different, right? I will say that this time, 58% of the money coming out of Vegas is going on the Lions right now for the plus 2.5. This game was really hard for me to pick because Parsons is going to play. He's got those spasms in his back. He's going to get shot up to be able to play. But Detroit, if you're really looking at these numbers with Detroit, like their last 10 games against the spread, they're 5-5, and they're 1-4 their last 5 games against the spread. It's at home in Green Bay. I'm going to take Green Bay on this one.
Nestor.
I know it's easy to fall into the hype with Michael Parsons, or maybe just the fact that I don't think that's what most people are doing. Never mind. But I like Detroit more. I like their weapons more. As far as we know, Green Bay just really has like Josh Jacobs if he's able to get some ground. Other than that, it's Golden, and we haven't seen what Golden is capable of in a real game because Reed and the rest have turned out to be busts. So I say Detroit has overall the better team, the experience. Give me Detroit.
I'm going to take the Packers to cover the 2.5 at home. I really just feel like the Lions are going to need the first couple weeks to for Ben Johnson to kind of get a hold of things and get things squared away. If they were playing a bad team, then Ben Johnson would be just fine. But Packers are a very good team, so I'm going to take them to win this by a touchdown. So, yeah, G-Money.
Ooh. When Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback of Green Bay and they play Chicago, tell Chicago, we own you. We own you. Well, guess what? Detroit owns Green Bay. They own them. And Micah Parsons, we'll see how many plays he can actually play. I'm not impressed with Green Bay's offense. Their defense is mediocre. without Parsons, good with him. We may have questions about Detroit's offense because of the new offensive coordinator, but I have no questions about Detroit's defense. None whatsoever. You're going to give me 2.5 points? I'm taking those points. Give me Detroit plus the 2.5.
Okay. We have diversity in our picks. I'm liking it so far. All right. This is Sunday night game. Ravens at Bills. I did make a adjustment to this where the Bills are now. What did I say in the Discord? Sorry, this changed. So now I'm making
It's
sure.
Buffalo +1.
+1. Okay.
Is it really Buffalo +1?
It depends. If you're looking at Hard Rock, it's Buffalo +1. If you're looking at like FanDuel, it's reverse.
So which one are you going with?
I was going.
Not that it makes any difference to me. It's not going to change my pick. Okay.
So if you're going Buffalo +1, I mean, even if it was -1 the other way,
right?
I'm still going to go Buffalo on this one. Which this is probably one of those toss-up games to me. Both teams are healthy. All your starters are available. I do think it's funny that Josh Allen is going to be wearing that old shield on his jersey now. I don't know if you guys read that news today. Did you guys read what the NFL is doing now with the NFL shield? So now, if you are the reigning NFL MVP or offensive and defensive player of the year and/or offensive and defensive rookie of the year, the shield on the top of your jersey on the collar is going to be gold, signifying the award you won. So I do think it's funny that they're implementing it this year, where Josh Allen is going to be wearing that bad boy on the other side of the sideline. Lamar Jackson will be looking at him like, "Bitch, I should have won that." But I just think that both teams are very even. I mean, even if you want to go against the spread, their last 2 games, they're both 6-4 against the spread last year. Their last 10 games. I'm just gonna pick Buffalo because they're at home, and like Baltimore last year, they were evenly matched with Kansas City. They lost it by a toe. I think they could lose it by a toe again. I'm just gonna go Buffalo on this one, but this is probably one of the most pick'em games. Whoever you choose, you can't be mad if the other team wins. Either team can come out on top of this one easily.
Side note: if you buy one of these players' jerseys this year, do you also get that gold shield, or is that just players only type of thing?
I don't know. That I don't know. They just announced it today that's what they're doing. So they probably will come out with that. Like I would expect they would because hey, anyone that owns the Josh Allen jersey now, hey, now we're gonna get it with his MVP little shit. Like they'll probably do it, but they just announced it today, right before the season started. That's what they're gonna be doing. And so offense. So like Saquon Barkley, is gonna have a gold shield. The what's his name from the Rams? Gary number 0 that was defensive rookie of the year. He'll have the
Wasn't that
gold on there. So
Curse?
yeah, so there's going to be 5 gold shields a year being put on there. I think it's interesting.
I like
a little nod to them.
I would think it would drive jersey sales for that specific year if you want to get that specific jersey.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nestor.
Yeah, this is tough. I'm gonna go Baltimore. I think the Bills are gonna start a little slow just for the first game. They're just narrowly gonna beat the Bills. I just don't. Keanu Coleman is just. It's not exciting. The way he plays, and I think isn't Shakir out? injured or something. I don't know, but
Mm.
I just yeah, okay. So, I don't know. Uh, I trust Baltimore more. The first game.
I am taking the Bills plus the 1.5 here. It is just kind of a toss up at this point, but I think this is going to be a very good game, similar to the Chiefs Ravens game that opened the season last year. So, yes, G Money.
So Baltimore in the regular season is just 1-3 against Buffalo. That's not even against the spread. That's straight up 1-3. In those 3 losses, Lamar Jackson's thrown 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles, averaged 179 yards passing, and 50 yards rushing. Josh Allen has won 11 straight home games. 11 straight home games to include the playoff game. So give me Buffalo.
Let me giggle.
June.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore. I just think right now they're gonna be the more complete team at the beginning of the season. So give me Baltimore and the -1.
Okay. Second to last but not least, we will go with the Monday night game here, where we have the Vikings visiting the Bears. The Vikings are 1.5 point favorites on the road here. Nestor, we will start with you.
I absolutely hate this. The
He always has.
reason what?
Dylan has one of these games a week. Jim Money and I were just talking about last night. He always has some bullshit game with a crazy spread.
I just fucking hate this game. I'm not even gonna watch it. I don't want to watch it.
First Monday night
You're
game.
watching
Come on,
it.
you gotta watch.
He's watching it.
I'm gonna probably it's
Got
just
it.
rage bait
Inactive
watching this
pad.
game. The reason I'm going to go, God, I can't believe I'm saying this, with Chicago is I like Ben Johnson, the idea of Ben Johnson coaching his team, and I don't trust JJ McCarthy. I have no idea what he's capable of. So it just a lot hinges on his performance the first game. We've seen Caleb Williams. We've seen his mistakes. But they have a good some good wide receivers between Rome and God, I forgot his name. That's how awful he was last season. But regardless of that, I think they're gonna do just enough. And hey, their tight ends are good. The coaching is good. They're playing at home. The only thing that worries me about Minnesota is their coaching. Coaching is pretty strong, but yeah, I don't trust JJ McCarthy, so give me Chicago.
I'm going with Chicago for pretty much the same reason. I think it's a very big moment for a first starting game for a rookie. So Caleb Williams and the Bears, they give me a point and a half at home in these circumstances. It's like you should win this, all things considered. Like if you are half the team that you say you are at this point, you should win this game. So I'll gladly take the points.
Like a dog
One and a
walked.
half for Chicago. I swear.
On a
G
Monday
Money.
night.
Well, you all basically said it. I mean, we don't know what we're going to get at quarterback with JJ McCarthy. The last time we saw him play play any meaningful games was at Michigan. That was the last time. So, yeah, give me Chicago plus the 1.5. Yeah, until you can show me what you can do in the NFL. I wasn't super impressed with you at Michigan, so
June.
Yeah, give me the Bears. +1.5. Anything not too sure we're gonna get with JJ McCarthy. So yeah, the Bears. The Bears.
And Malin.
Can I just say, this is how wild the NFL can be, guys. Because the Vikings went 14-2 under Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold leaves, and now you got JJ McCarthy in there, and we're like, yeah, I believe this 5-win Bears team over. You know what I mean? But this is where we are. This is how much Sam Darnold is swinging the pendulum this much. So, but he is. Somebody just shat their pants. I heard something. Somebody just shat their pants somewhere. Somebody. That's crazy.
I think someone just took
I
a
mean, you're
sip
talking
of
about.
something.
Yeah, it sounded like a shark. So you're giving me 1.5 points with Chicago. Meaningless against the spread. Their last 10 games. One is 4-5-1. The other's 5-4-1. Addison being out, and at the end of the day, just like you guys, I don't trust JJ McCarthy because he's never proven anything. Caleb Williams does not throw a lot of interceptions. I believe there's more talent on Minnesota's side of the ball on offense, but the person orchestrating that talent is what gives you cause to pause. So I got to go Chicago. I just think it's so crazy that Sam Darnold, if Sam Darnold was the starting quarterback in Minnesota right now, we'd be taking Minnesota. And that's just crazy to me. I mean, I'm glad. I guess I'm glad he's my quarterback now. I mean, I've had some reservations, but shit.
All I say is, after seeing in person where the Bears stadiums where Soldier Field is at, Vikings fans should be very happy that they get to go there in September when the weather is nice, because they have a dome that they play in, and if they had to go there later in the year, it would not be so pleasant. So have fun at that game. Sure, it'll be actually pretty nice, all things considered. Last but not least, our lock for the week. We each individually will give a lock for this week betting pick. This can be over under. This could be a spread. This could be a parlay where you make your own custom thing here. This could be a random prop bet, whatever you want it to be. Let's try and make these quick here because this is probably going to be the longest episode we've ever had, period. But mine, I will go first here. Mine is just a parlay. It's 2 bets within this parlay. It is the spread on the opening game, which is the Eagles to cover the spread. I feel like that is I'm confident in that one. Mix that up with, this is an over-under on what, if I remember correctly, it is the over-under on the Cardinals game. Sorry, I'm trying to get signed back into my Hard Rock account because I just got signed out for some strange reason.
Cardinals and Saints.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I took the over in that one. No, that doesn't sound right. Who are the Rams playing? Why did it sign me out? I just signed in to make the damn pick.
Rams are playing Houston.
Yes, that sounds much more familiar. What's the over-under there?
I have 44 and a.
Yes.
I have 44.
Take the over in that. That's what it is.
44.
Yes, that is my Rams in Houston. That sounds like Matt Stafford should be. He'll be playing. Got Texans everyone should be at full strength. So 44 points. Take the over in that. Mix that up with the spread on the kickoff game. Make some money this week, folks. Hey, it's your boy. All right, G Money.
Mine is Cardinals at the Saints.
Oh,
Saints minus 6.5. I'm taking the Cardinals minus the 6.5, and it's simple. My God, Arizona's 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 road games to begin the season. Kyler Murray, believe this or not, is 25-12-2 against the spread as a road warrior. He's got a 62.62% cover rate. That's the second best cover rate of a quarterback playing on the road since 1970. My God, tell me that's not easy effing money. I don't even know who the quarterback of the Saints. The Saints don't even know who their quarterback is.
I love it.
So take the Cardinals minus the 6.5.
All right, so I did the Bet MGM app, and I did a 14 parlay. I did multiple bets, but this is my favorite.
Ooh,
I did a
Jesus.
14 parlay, and $10 get you 133. Just to let you know.
Go ahead.
So I took the Eagles to cover the spread. These are all going to be covered. Eagles to cover the spread. The Bengals to cover the 5.5 over the Browns. The Commanders to cover the 6 over the Giants. And New England to cover the 2.5 at home versus the Raiders. The only game I'm worried about is the Bengals because I know they traditionally start slow. That is the game that I'm worried about. That is the one game I'm worried about. Other than that, I think the rest of mine are stone cold locks.
Fuck. To June doing fucking trigonometry. Malin.
When these supposed to be locks, you're not supposed to be worried about them. God damn it.
Well, I know, but as a parlay, because it's a parlay, it's like kind of like
That is a big ass parlay you got going on there. I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were gonna. I thought we were gonna keep it simple with the locks in the beginning. But some people just going out the stratosphere trying to pay their mortgage and other people's mortgages. Apparently, lock of the week is the game that June was just talking about, and I know they start slow, but I'm taking the Bengals for the minus 5.5 against the Browns.
Okay.
There is nothing about the Browns that make me think they're going to stay within 5.5 points of the Bengals offense. The Browns last year, their last 10 games were 2-8 against the spread. Okay. And they had a good defense then. They had Myles Garrett back then too. And they're still 2-8 against the spread. But you got a healthy Bengals team. Burrow is going to come out there in them little Goldilocks and throw that ball all over the goddamn field. And that is my lock. Is Bengals minus 5.5, and 68% of the money coming out of Vegas is on the Bengals right now.
Wow.
Let's go.
Okay. Just to read everyone's locks back to them.
Yeah,
I guess
Nestor.
that should just go the whole thing. We're all taking the
Did Nestor go?
Eagles.
I
I'm
haven't
sorry.
gone
Go
yet.
ahead, Nestor. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the? Okay, I can't see shit. What's the over and under on the Tampa and
On
Atlanta
Hard
game?
Rock, it is 46.5.
Fuck it. I'll do a parlay. Try to do something fun.
Here we go.
Over on the Tampa and Atlanta game. So it's gonna be a shootout between Baker and Penix. And the Broncos cover the spread at home against Tennessee.
Nice.
Broncos cover.
Because that's gonna be a landslide.
Jesus.
So -8 because MGM is -8.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Okay.
but So just to kind of follow that just a little bit, because that was one of my other picks, the Titans Broncos, in case someone took the Cardinals. Cardinals Saints. There has never been a rookie quarterback starting his first game as a visitor in Mile High Stadium. So Cam Ward is going to be the first one to do that. He's going to be playing against the number one defense and the reigning defensive player of the year in Patrick Surtain. So, yeah, good luck, Tennessee. I mean, I see good things for Cam Ward in the future, but not this game.
All right, so to recap, just make sure I got all this right. Your drive-through order consists of all of us taking the Eagles to cover 7.5 points against the Cowboys. On Friday, Malin is taking the Chargers and the 3 points. The rest of us are taking the Chiefs to cover 3 points. On Sunday, 4:30, myself, June, Malin, we are taking the Packers to cover 2.5 points, while Nestor and G Money taking the Lions plus the 2.5. On the night game, Nestor and June are taking the Ravens to cover 1.5. And the rest of us are taking the Bills. On Monday night, we're all taking the Bears plus 1.5 at home. And then our individual locks, I am taking the Eagles to cover, and then the Rams, Texans over 44 points parlay. G Money is taking the Cardinals to cover 6.5 points against the Saints. June is taking the Eagles parlay. Eagles to cover against the Cowboys. The Bengals to cover 5.5 points against the Browns. The Commanders to cover 6 points against the Giants. And the Patriots to cover 2.5 points against the Raiders. Malin is taking the Bengals to cover 5.5 points against the Browns. Nestor is taking the over on the 47.5 points against the Falcons and Bucks, and then Broncos to cover 8 points against whoever the fuck. I think the Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Yeah.
Does that all sound correct?
It'll be a fun week.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. All right. Well, week one should be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It feels good to put the everyone's picks in again. It's like we're back. We are back.
Yes.
All right. Good God, it is almost midnight. All right. So thank you all for watching, listening. We'll see you all back next week at our usual time on Wednesday night. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at AFR Sports. Most of these, hopefully a lot of tonight's clips should be on social media. So, yeah. Good luck to everyone's teams this week. We will talk to you all next Wednesday. Peace out.
Just remember, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button.
There you go, G-Money. See ya.